What's good, everybody? It's your boy Adisu. This is our first ever episode on the Visa podcast, and today we're going to be talking about lust and how to deal with lust and what's the Bible say about lust and much more. The first thing I want you to know is the world is going to tell you something different than what God is going to tell you. The world is going to tell you that these thoughts are not lustful, that they're natural. As long as there are two people who consent, you guys are being saved, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's natural. You have these feelings to act upon it. There's no need to restrict yourself, and that all these other things are just, in a sense, basically just restricting you, right? Because they want to control you, and that's what the world is going to tell you. That hookup culture is fine, but the interesting thing is, when you speak to these people, none of them are fulfilled. None of them are fulfilled. None of them have peace or godly peace, at least. And it just seems as if they do not want to give up their lustful desires. Because that first time you hooked up, that should have been enough. Or the second time, or the third time. Or the fact that one person hooking up with one person is not enough. You need to more people. You need multiple partners, and you need to continue doing it. And then after you do that, you're still bored, and you're still not satisfied, because lust is a consuming fire. First, they'll take your room, then they'll take your bathroom, they'll take the first floor, then they'll take the whole house, and they'll take the whole street. It wants to consume your whole world. It's an addiction. It operates the same way like a drug addiction, right? But it's a little more sneaky. You can get away with it. You can still function. It doesn't consume your whole life in the same way that um, drugs do. But I think sometimes it's a little worse. You might say why. If someone is addicted to like drugs, like let's say cocaine or whatever it is, right? You know, they're just fully gone, right? Like they're fully immersed in it. But with lust, it's almost as if like you're trapped. You have like these chains. You can go anywhere, but these chains will never leave you. You'll be chained, you're handcuffed. You can't go anywhere. But you're not caged, so you can go anywhere. You can go around the world, whatever it is. But you have chains, and you look at other people and think you don't see their chains. And you go to church and you feel so disgusted, and you feel so heavy and tired because you have all these lustful desires and thoughts, and for years you struggle and struggle and struggle. And then you read verses when Jesus talks about that if you look at a woman lustfully or you commit adultery, and you wonder, how would I get married? Right? And how you beat lust is you flee from it. St. Paul says, do not fight with lust, you must flee with it. And you might say, why do I have to not fight? Why can I not fight? With any other sin, I fast or I fight. But with this sin, I flee. What does flee even mean? When you're fighting lust, you're fighting a battle with Satan one on one. It's so naive. It's so egotistical to think you are smarter than Satan. Satan has seen billions of people come and go. He's made men who have been gifted godly wisdom fall through lust. King David, all these holy men, all these men who have been holy, right? They've done such amazing things. They still fall. They murder people in lust for lust. They take people's wives. They kill. They stop believing in God entirely and they worship pagans for women for lust. You will never beat him one on one, and that's why you must flee. It's like you trying to verse LeBron, and you're just a regular YMCA person. If I try to beat the best bowler in the world, I would lose 10 out of 10. If I try to beat, the best MLB pitcher, I would lose 10 out of 10. If I tried to beat John Jones, I would lose 10 out of 10 times. It's like me versus John Jones. I would lose 10 out of 10 times. I would get killed. And then every single time I'm gonna get my stuff beat, and I'm gonna be like, damn, you get tired after a while, and then you don't want to fight no more. Stop relying on yourself. And so you must flee to God. Because for you, what is impossible is not impossible for God. What you can't do, God can do. And so you must flee. And if you think of where you fight, an arena. I know I said you shouldn't fight, but think of your room as an arena. If I said in my room, this is where I am tempted with lustful charms. This is where Satan comes to me. This is where he tries to prowl on. Why would I stay here too long? Okay. One of the first things you can do simply is, hey, maybe not be here, right? Keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied. Prayer, fasting, right? Ask God. Persistently ask God to help you. I say, God, I cannot do this at my own strength. I need you. To think that you can be lost on your own is a sin because you're saying through your power, you can defeat these sins. Well, you can't. You need God's strength. Even Paul talks, he says, the things that I don't want to do, I do. And the things I don't want to, sorry, the things I don't want to do, I do. And the things I want to do, I don't do. Even Paul talks about he struggles with sin, right? He has these things. But what does the Bible tell us, right? Paul obviously says, flee from lust. Right? And I was like, what does fleeing look like? Yeah, it has to be a fleeing of the body, the mind, and the spirit. To flee with your mind, but not flee with your body is pointless. If I know I get in my bed, that's where lustful thoughts come, and I'm just there all day. And it doesn't matter if your mind and spirit are there, but your body isn't. Right? You're gonna lose. If your spirit is there, but your mind is and your body isn't, it doesn't matter. Your mind will win every time. You'll find a way to get you in room. I'm tired. I have some homework I need to do. You'll find an excuse and you'll get back to that room. And in that room, you'll fall. You'll be like, damn, you feel guilty. All these three things need to be in mind. Your spirit, your mind, and your body. To control your body, fast. To control your mind, that's a little more difficult. That requires prayer and watchfulness over your mind. You need to control yourself. Watch over your mind. I love that. Not that. Sin does not creep. You don't just sin automatically. At first, it pops into your head. Lustful thoughts first plant as a small seed in your brain. And you have two options. You can ignore it and pray. Or you can water the plant and it will take root inside your body. And once it's done that, your body just follows what your mind tells it to. You will always lose with the battle of lust if you think that you can beat it by yourself. You must pray, you must fast, you must have a deep desire to stop. In the biggest thing, you can never give up. You can never give up. No matter how many times. I have been struggling with a lot of but I've been struggling for years and years and years. You can never give up hope. Because there's maybe a reason that you're struggling, but there's something there that it needs to teach me or teach you. You're not alone. I know what it feels like to be desperate, to feel like nothing's working. You can't stop praying. You can't stop trying to fight. But not of your strength, of God's. And have hope that even if it's not in this life that you defeat the sin, you conquer the sin, and maybe it's in the next life. You know, in death you'll be free, if not this one. And that's something that I'm hoping that even if I cannot master all my passions, right? Even if I don't be perfect in this life, that one day I will. In death, that'll free me. But I have to try to take a step closer every day. So pray, must fast, must never give up hope. Satan doesn't care if you sin or not. He doesn't. He has no care in the world. But he cares if you give him hope. If you give him hope, you don't get up. Man who has hope can fight John Jones a billion times. He can take on murderers. He can walk through the valley of death and he'll be fine because he has hope. If you can remove your hope, if you can extinguish that flame of light, battle's over. There's nothing I can tell you. I can't tell a hopeless man anything. With that being said, that was the first episode of the DC Podcast. Hope everyone enjoyed. There'll be a lot more in store to come. And May God be with you all.